Oh man, welcome back to the gray space, and we got another good one for you guys this week.
Yes. Make sure you subscribe to become part of the tribe. Do us right. Hit that like and comment if you are rocking with the content. Now, we got a special guest in the building. And, got to bring him in the way I know how to. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Our guest today is a hip-hop and R&B artist rising out of Arizona. She's a versatile artist who blends conscious with sexy. Her blend of bars and melodies work together to create some fire music, including songs like Deeper and Keep Calling Me, which explore the more, freaky side of things. You know what I'm saying? But it's all good. It's all good. Unapologetically bold in her approach to the industry. With no further ado, we've got Miss Blonde Shit, Melanin Monroe, in the building. What's good with you?
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Melanin Monroe. I'm on Blonde Shit in the Gray Space. I just want to be your favorite blonde.
There it is.
There it is.
I love it.
Yeah.
Thank y'all so much for having me.
Yeah,
Of
thanks
course,
for coming
of
through.
course.
Thanks for coming through. We first got kind of in tune with you through our guy TJ, man. That's the big bro.
Shout out to TJ Supa. He's
Yeah,
amazing.
man. That's my guy.
Yes.
And I've known TJ for a lot of years. And TJ is one of those people where he don't put his stamp on anything. It's not just everybody.
No.
And so when he's like, bro, I got this artist, man. She got to come through. I said, TJ, it's done.
I love
It's
him.
done. It's done.
Look it, I love y'all. I love him. You're
Yeah.
right. No, I couldn't agree with you more. He does not put his stamp on everybody.
Right.
And that's why I feel like I won something. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
When somebody like TJ sees you in a culture that's like populating with artists, it's like they're like, we are wedding people like gremlins, and they're like, oh, I'm an artist, I'm a rapper, I'm a singer, I'm a somebody. So when he can see me and all of the other artists out of that crowd, then it's really an honor. And so thank you guys so much for that support too.
Yeah, for
Shout
sure.
out to TJ Supa.
So let's talk about kind of how you started in music, because you really kind of came out the gate in like 2020, right?
Yeah.
So what got you into music, and what was that decision like? What was your inspiration, and how you got into it?
So how I got into it is also why I'm doing it, right? Why I'm so passionate about it. I was extremely passionate about music as a child.
Okay.
Like I was, one of those babies and those kids where you could give me a good snack and I'm gonna sing while I'm eating it and dance after a good dinner.
Nice.
There it is.
All the family members come over for Thanksgiving and they want to hear you sing something, or grandma on a Sunday wants to hear you sing something. So I was always like that with music and song in my spirit, like just born like that.
Okay.
I can remember even going through puberty and your voice changing.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, what if I don't have a singer voice anymore? Because I knew as a kid, like, girl, we doing something in there. But I was also raised by crack addicted parents.
Okay.
And I bounced around a lot.
Okay,
We
wow.
moved like every 4 months. So a lot of the times opportunity to do music, even in church, just wasn't there. And then so, you get older, and where I come from, it's about survival. So what you don't do is pursue a dream.
Right.
What you do is you make money and you make sure that you're not starving.
Yeah.
That's what
Right.
you do. And so that's what I did, right? I didn't pursue music. I went and I got the bag. I got someplace between getting the bag and dealing with corporate America bullshit. As a young Black woman, I said enough is enough. I had been mistreated in the corporate world. I was too sexy. There was an issue with my blonde hair. There was an issue with the Beamer that I drove. And even though, analytically speaking, I was making this corporation money. I was driving people. I was leading teams. I stood up for diversity and equality in the workplace.
For sure.
I was being mistreated. So there came a point during the pandemic where I seized the opportunity to invest, sweat equity in my education, in my future. I looked at how much I had invested in the company, and I really thought to myself, like, you've never invested this much time or effort into yourself.
Say that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, for
like,
sure,
man.
Like that hit me like a ton of bricks. I was suspended for having a social media.
Really?
Yes.
It went that far, huh?
Yes.
Damn.
So for just having a social media and being myself on social media. And so that kind of pissed me off a little bit. And I said, well, you're going to fire me for anything.
Right.
You're gonna
At that point, they
fire
were looking for a
me
reason.
for
Anything.
anything.
For sure.
I might as well take advantage of this good salary that I have and do what I love right now.
Yeah.
And so, I broke the rules. I started Melanin Monroe and I began to work. The first thing I did was said, I'm in the middle of a quarantine. I need to learn how to record my own music because there's no one to help me do that.
For sure.
So I went from I need to give them respect too. Like I'm going to figure out what my original software was, but I can't remember right now. And I owe it to them.
Okay.
But it was some free software. You could, plug a mic up and you
like
can
Cakewalk?
record. I don't remember, friend. It's so bad. It's so bad. I don't remember. Like it was so, I don't want to call it bootleg because it wasn't bootleg, but it was so free. It was like a FrostWire looking platform.
It had to be. It's either that or Audacity.
Yeah.
That
it could be.
sounds
You
right.
know what? I think it was Audacity.
Yeah.
Hey, Audacity was a lot of people's first.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
And at that point, I'm just looking for the basics. Like, I just need to know where the buttons are. And we're talking ground up. Like, people are watching me set this up in my living room. And immediately people are like, what you doing? What you doing? What you doing? They take an immediate interest. And good people, like God sent good people who are already working on music and rappers that were in the hood and people to say, all right, this is what you need now out of nowhere.
That's dope.
You know what I
That's
mean?
dope.
And just like that, I started a studio in my living room.
Nice.
Now I'm in Pro Tools. We're about to do something. Let's upgrade to Pro Tools HD. Let's get a Rhodes mic. Let's plug her up. Let's see what's happening. We're going to drop some singles on our birthday.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah,
I love it.
And
Yeah.
that's what happened. So I released my first single, Keep Calling Me, on my birthday. Yep, August 2020.
Dope.
And then shortly after that, I released Wonder Why, my first collab, just a couple weeks after. Everything with content, so everybody go check me out at Melanin Monroe.
Yeah.
And just like that, I released music. A year in, I am voted Arizona's best new female artist and best new artist of 2021.
And that was at the Arizona Mixtape
Arizona
Awards?
Mixtape
Nice.
Awards.
Talk to us about that experience. You know what I'm saying? Because obviously, you had that, and then you had the Arizona Trending Awards. Those were two right around the same time.
Right.
And both of which were dope. We were nominated on the AZT side of things.
Okay.
But talk to us about that experience, because I think it's really cool when you have guys like Just Us and TJ and Blaze and these guys who kind of paved the way over the years.
Yeah.
And then now you've got the newcomers kind of coming in and really showcasing the talent that's out here.
Yeah.
So talk to us about that experience. And you brought some trophies on.
I did.
You know what I'm saying?
I did.
Yeah.
So first, shout out to the newcomers, because what I'm about to say, I don't want to take away from the newcomers. I think that any opportunity for us to build even for volume in the culture here in Arizona is important, right?
For sure.
But why Arizona Mixtapes held so much weight, like in my eyes, is the longevity of it.
Yeah, for sure.
Right.
The overall success and the longevity of it, the respect that people have, their audience, people like the mayor of the underground, and people like Paula and Kike and those people who have stood up their platform with a high regard for so long. To see me, a year in, it was wild. It was absolutely wild. And then for your fan base to stand up and say, yo, this is hers. After just a year.
Yeah.
Like, it took fans. It wasn't even the AZMT panel, but they gave me the opportunity to really get a feel for if the people were fucking with me or not. And the people stood all the way up.
That's fire.
Yeah.
The people stood all the way up. So it's crazy. I looked up and I'm getting Best New Artist of the Year award. and I've been a year in the game.
That's fire.
It was absolutely mind-boggling. I can remember going home, and actually no one knows this. You guys are the first people I've ever talked to about this, but leading up to the AZMT Awards, I had something happen in my home, and it was completely demoed from the inside out.
Okay.
When the inspector came, I want to say like 9 days before the AZMT Awards, he condemned my house.
Oh,
wow.
Just like that, I was homeless.
Jesus Christ.
I literally got dressed for the AZMT Awards out of boxes.
Man.
Damn.
I was packing tubs like I could possibly wear this. I could possibly wear this. Okay, movers, everything in plastic tubs goes in my friend's truck, and everything in boxes we're going to move over here because I don't know where I'm going yet. The housing market's crazy. I haven't found a house. It's 4 days to to D-Day, and I still haven't found a house.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I'm literally, by that time, I'm in my apartment, but I'm getting dressed out of boxes. Like, literally, I signed my lease that Saturday morning and had the movers come that evening and move me into the apartment.
That's crazy.
Wow.
And we're getting dressed. I'm like, okay, my assistant Michelle, thank God for her. I love her. That's my rock. But she's like, all right, we'll open up another box. We're looking for stuff. And you know how things go when you move. Something's going to get misplaced.
Of course.
You know what I mean?
And it's always the thing that you put away, and you're like, I'm putting this here because I know it's going to be here.
I'm going to need
it.
Yes. And I'm literally, like, mentally, I've been homeless in my life. Like, having a mom who's strung out and dealing with domestic violence, they take you through. So I've been homeless. I know what it's like to literally not know where you're going to lay your head. And this wasn't a circumstance where I couldn't financially prevent it.
Right.
But like physically, the elements right now, the way they were moving, I literally could not lock in a property. And I'm day of. Like, what's up? So I'm settling for an apartment, and I'm trying to wrap my head around, you were just feeling like you're about to be homeless for absolutely no reason. And I'm getting dressed for this award, and I show up, and it's like, you deserve this. You earn this. Everything that you've gone through, even leading up to this morning's chaos and the last week of feeling like you're feeling, they made sure that I knew that I earned that. And none of it was in vain.
That's
so
dope.
like, it hits so different.
I bet.
At the end of the award show, I look at my friend and I'm like, did you see us here a year ago? And she's like, no, friend. We were so far from this. A year ago, just figuring out that I needed an interface for him. Like, I didn't even know. I didn't even know. Like, I don't know what the fuck I thought, but I didn't know. I don't know. I thought I could plug the mic into the laptop. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what I thought.
That's so funny.
I don't know what I thought. But my very, very first studio was started on like $67.
Hey.
And a whole dream. And here we are today.
That's dope.
Right. That's fire.
dope.
I want to go back to when you were a kid. What kind of music were you listening to when you were a kid? What was like your inspirations?
Oh, all of the oldies. Like, what's her name? I can't even think of her name. That's so disrespectful. Rescue me. I need you in my arms. Rescue me.
Yeah.
I need you tender charm. Come on and love me. You know what I mean?
Oh, yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes,
and then I think as I got older, it was about, let's see. What can I give you guys? Here we are face to face with the memories that can't be erased. And although we need tomorrow, things have changed. It's not the same.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. I love
That
it.
was my shit right there when I was
Hey, is that a great
teenager.
space first, dog?
That is a great space.
We
first.
get live performance?
Yeah.
God damn.
Hey, let's go. Let's go.
I love it.
Yes,
That's
like,
amazing.
I don't know. All of the queens just, I would turn on anything and I'm wishing from a star. And it's a traumatic experience to share, but I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do. Like, I believe that this is my purpose. So one of my favorite movies as a child was What's Love Got to Do with It?
Mm-hmm.
Now, we didn't have cable. Right. We had a few cassette tapes. And there was that one cassette tape that I could watch. And I mean, every day after school, I was rolling on the river. Now, what child needs to be watching that? Right. I don't know. Right. But I know that as kids, we also watched some other stuff we wasn't supposed to watch. But so, you know what I mean? But so that was the movie. Like, that was my movie. And I think it had a lot to do with her fight. Her whole fight. Tina Turner's whole fight in the movie was inspiring, you know what I mean? And just everything from her singing as a little girl in church to becoming a grown woman and conquering the things that she went to. That was my favorite movie as a child. I still have never seen Bambi, but What's Love Got to Do with it? I will tell you that movie.
Hot take, Bambi ain't that great.
Yeah,
it's not that great. It's
no. I mean, I'm not inspired or encouraged to watch it and his mom dies. Is it a girl? Is Bambi a girl or a boy?
That's a really good question.
You see what I'm saying, guys?
But the mom does die in the spoiler alert.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. You seen Bambi?
I've seen it.
Okay.
Yeah. I've seen them all.
Don't be like me when y'all grow up. Watch Bambi.
I've seen them all.
I think.
Yeah.
So yeah.
You're not missing out.
No.
Yeah, you're not.
I don't. I'm sorry, Disney. I don't feel like I'm missing that. Yeah, I don't want to.
That's all right.
The new stuff is good though.
Yeah.
The newer kids movies, because they be having like grown ass humor in there.
You know hilarious. What? I'm definitely a comic and Transformers type of girl.
Okay.
More than the animated stuff, like
so you like the Marvel shit.
I love the Marvel shit. Like, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's your movie right now that you recently seen that you're like this is the one?
Oh, what have I recently watched?
Have you seen the new Doctor Strange? Because we have not.
I have not seen the new Doctor Strange. I'm interested. I'm interested. Yeah. Honestly, guys, I haven't even seen anything lately. Like, I've been so deep in the music stuff, and I've been so blessed to have a response like this. I'm like in and out of interviews like 3 times a week. Then you got to make time for studio time. And then for the most part, people don't want you to be ugly, so you got to sleep. Like, I really haven't seen anything recently.
But how awesome is that, though, right? That this life, right? That you've come this far.
Oh, it's incredible.
Right? And you're doing these interviews.
Oh,
and
it's
you
incredible.
Are working on music, something you love and your passion. How beautiful is that?
It's wild.
It's such a blessing, right?
It's wild.
You know?
It's wild. It's okay, so humbly speaking, I've been good at everything that I do. With the exception of track. I'm not a runner. Like, I don't even want to run. Like, I don't see the purpose in running.
Okay.
Ever, anywhere.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So I've like I conquered corporate America. You know, I've conquered some things in life. But I've never loved them.
Yeah.
I've never liked them. I was never interested. So to think that years ago I could have set out to do this and it would have loved me back as much as I love it, it's wild.
Yeah. But but to kind of that, like, maybe it wasn't the right time.
Yeah.
Maybe you had to jump
through. We talk
through.
about this all the time.
You know, and it's really interesting because a lot of artists and stuff that we have go through these hurdles, right? And they're like, man, only if I would have started earlier. But maybe not, though.
Yeah.
Right? Because maybe your time is right now.
I believe that.
Right?
I absolutely believe
that. Because maybe
that.
4 years ago, it wasn't your time. And maybe you wouldn't have hit as you would. Maybe you would have. I don't, who knows, right? It's that what if game, right? But right now is your time.
Yeah.
And I think, you know, a lot of people get caught up in, well, I'm not, you know, I'm stuck in this, you know, just keep moving. Just keep going. Jump those hurdles. Get out of corporate America if that's what it is.
Yeah.
You know, and move into your dream of, and do it. You know, because I think a lot of people get stuck and they get stuck at one hurdle and they stay at that hurdle. And for most people, it is that corporate America.
Yeah.
It's stuck. It's being stuck there.
Yeah.
And it's like, how the hell do I get out of this?
Yeah.
You know, but I think the persistence of going, and then obviously there's little things that get sprinkled in, and you have to take advantage of it.
Yeah.
Because if you don't take advantage of it, first of all, you'll never know. You know
that
you will never know if you don't take the risk. It's the same thing with this. We talked about this show for years before we even pulled the trigger.
Podcast was even a thing. Like
Right.
We was talking about that shit.
We were talking about
and it was the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Like timing of it. I think a lot of times people like, man, I could have if I did this shit. And we've said that too, but and I want you to attest to this. Have you found over the last 2 years that it's like it's like, okay, I'm working, I'm doing my thing, and then these things are happening like right when you need them to happen. Like even to your point about the thing with the house.
I'm telling you, things just happen. Things just happen. Somebody even told me recently, like, have a conversation with God, and I was like, no, because I already know what He's gonna say. I'm just gonna go in here and plug in. Like, I already know this is where He wants me to be. Like, to your point, I know for sure I'm not a quitter, right? But if I had stepped away from corporate America prematurely, I would have gone back to conquer that. No, there was absolutely a split in my life where it said, you've given that everything you got. When are you going to learn that you need to be right here?
right.
And just like that, without a way, there was a way made.
Right.
Like, it gives me chills because it still happens. Having Trina on one of my songs.
Yeah. Let's get into that.
You're a year into creating. In fact, I wasn't a year. I was not at all a year. I was maybe 6 months. One of the gentlemen who had started watching me build and create and begin to conduct myself like an artist said, hey, yo, I think you fly. I think you got something. Keep going. And then a month went by and he's like, yo, I'm still watching. I'm a fan. I think I'm going to do something. Stay tuned. Then a few months later, he's like, okay, I'm having my sister come out here and we're going to do something. Next thing you know, that became Golden Truth Records and Amp Promotions, and they were asking me to come do a Unity project where they got together some ladies in the city, and we were going to run some exercises just to see how it went. When they figured out that they had a good group of ladies, they said, okay, let's do something bigger. The next thing you know, we had engineer Richie Grand. He was making beats. Like every session we'd go maybe twice a month, sometimes more often. He'd drop a beat. We'd write to it. After about 45 minutes to an hour, he'd shut off the music. And he'd say, what do you guys have? Huge opportunity and a really competitive environment to be in.
Right.
What was going to happen was after about 45 minutes to an hour, you're working with writers. They're going to say, I got something, that beat gets shut off, and whatever you can remember from it is what you're going to use to continue to write your verse.
Okay.
Because now they're in there plugging in.
Right.
He drops the beat with the Trina sample. He lets it play. He says, who has something? I said, I got the hook.
Fire.
We got the hook.
Okay.
We sent it to Trina's team. Trina sent it back with a 16.
That's fire. Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Dope.
Yes. Unbelievable. Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
But it happened. And there was my voice and there was Trina's voice. And I was like, wait, man.
That's
Yeah. So, and it was, again, somebody watching me on social media, evolving and growing and doing what I'm supposed to be doing. And they said, you're the one. You got it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
shout out
fire.
to them, Golden Truth Records and Amp Promotions, all the ladies on the track, Trina, the baddest bitch, rock star.
Yeah.
You know, because without that, like, that opportunity is golden.
For sure.
You know.
I wanna talk to you about something. Ask you this question. The industry's a weird place. Talk to us kind of behind the scenes. Have you had any issues being a female artist and people trying to come at you sideways in order for you to provide some type of music, or for them to like trying to offer you services
to leverage,
yeah, exactly,
whatever.
Yeah. I was trying to figure out the nice way of saying, you know what I'm saying,
right?
Asking for the goods for goods. You know what I'm saying?
No, fuck that. Do niggas and bitches be trying to fuck on you so that you can get ahead? Yes.
Right.
That's how I feel about it, guys. Okay, so look. Here's my perspective. Okay, and everyone's not gonna love it, and I'm absolutely fine with that.
Okay.
So yes, there is the culture is full of that temperature.
For sure.
You do have these situations where male and female will try to leverage whatever it is that they have to offer in exchange for whatever that thing is that you're looking for. To get ahead, you need interviews. You need to be able to spread your brand. You need marketing on a mass level that not only you can do. You need networking opportunities with engineers and musicians and other artists. You need these people. You need to network and you need to build relationships.
For sure.
And sometimes standing in between those relationships or those opportunities are individuals.
Right.
And those individuals want to sleep with you. That's the way you get to that opportunity. So you are met at a crossroads, right? And it's a moral crossroad where you can decide to sleep with this person or not sleep with this person. I have absolutely taken another path in order to get the back way so that I didn't have to deal with this person. But here's why that's happening. There's a moral crossroad that everyone is met with.
Yeah, for sure.
And not everybody takes the high ground.
That's a fact.
That is so true.
I mean, if everyone took the high ground, would it still happen? Yes. But would it be less likely? I think so.
For sure.
But you can't expect that because we see immorality and devaluement in all industries. Like, in all honesty, people thought I slept my way up to the top in corporate America.
Right.
That doesn't change from the music industry at all. People want that to be strictly in the music industry. It absolutely is not.
Very true.
Get away from the fact that happens only in the music industry and know that it is a norm in the United States, especially the territory that I can speak to. But it is a norm when doing business for both sexes now. I mean, it's 2020.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
And I'm not like, fact. I know women are up to shit just as much as men are. I've actually been hit on by women. I've actually been pursued by women, both in the music industry and in corporate America. You know what I mean? So there's just a point where you have to say, I mean, if it's not assault, then you were willing. And to me, everyone is placed in these positions and everyone has the right to go with it or not go with it. And it's completely your right. I understand that there are some women and men who are absolutely okay with sleeping around. If you choose to sleep around, that's your fucking business. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
if you choose not to,
Zeke, that's your business.
That's your business. That's your business. Zeke, that's your business. Zeke, that's your business. No, but if you choose to, it's your business. And if you don't, know that it can be a hurdle, but you can hop that motherfucker.
Yeah,
you can hop it.
Yeah, and I, I wanted you to speak on it because we don't have the opportunity to talk to a lot of females, just in general, on this show. So I wanted you to speak on that because, again, to your point, the more it's even talked about and put out to the light, the more it's like, okay, well, yeah, you see, I'm doing this, and I didn't need to go that way to do it.
Yeah.
Now it's an inspiration for, whoever's out there that's watching it, this young lady that's thinking about, hey, quitting her job or, getting to the music. Now she sees that and she's like, okay, there is a way that I can maneuver myself through whatever business it is, but especially the music industry. You know what I mean?
What I would tell a young lady or a young man coming up is be a hoe or hop the hurdle.
Okay.
Don't fear a fucking thing.
Right.
Do not allow any of these people to instill fear in you. That's do really what the fuck you want to, and know at the end of the day, it's gonna pan out. I've literally had somebody look me dead in the face and be like, you see, I was gonna make sure that you were fucking successful, but I see how you acted.
All right.
Okay.
Got you.
I got you.
Right.
I'm here anyway.
Right. Right.
I'm here anyway. And I know that I make their stomach turn every day because I've gone bounds and leaps up past where they could get me since they said that.
Yeah.
Dope.
That's such an awesome point to bring fear into that, because I haven't really thought about that before, and that hit me with the ton of bricks. That's actually really fascinating, because I think a lot of people try to instill fear into people to get their way and to get it going, and that is awesome. That is really good, because I think I needed to hear it, and I know whoever's listening or watching should really take that to heart. Because I think that is so important, and I'm so glad you brought that up. Thank you for bringing it up. Of course. Because I really do like that.
Yeah, I think that's all that's at the end of that. All at the end of that is fear. Don't allow anyone to intimidate you. If you feel like this is what you were supposed to do, nothing will stop you.
Yeah, for sure.
Nothing will stop you.
I love it.
Yeah. And truth is, like, we done all been hoe before. Stop playing. If you decide that you want a hoe to get around, then just, you slept with it. Yeah, it's like, in all honesty, look into why the culture is the way it is, because people go along with it. But honestly, sis done dogged herself out for less. Don't think that she won't dog herself out. You know what I mean? To get ahead in the music industry.
Right.
Sis has been a stripper, a prostitute. She done sold her soul once or twice. And sometimes it's just for survival. So when I say that, shout out to the strippers, shout out to the prostitutes, shout out to the hardworking moms, shout out to the people who have had to make tough decisions just to survive. That was a tough fucking decision. You had to do what you had to do. There's no judgment, but I want the people on the other side of that to understand this is that person's walk of life, and they are willing to do whatever they have to do. But don't act like this culture is not the same culture as we see in corporate America.
For sure.
As we would see in any other industry.
It's just more hidden.
We're just not talking about it.
That's a fact.
Somebody cried about it enough in hip hop, and now it's something to talk about. You know what I mean?
Right.
Corporate America comes with non-disclosure agreements and paperwork.
Mountains.
You know what I mean?
Like them NDAs, you know what I'm saying?
Sure. Yeah. That's the main thing. At the end of that is
we didn't have her sign one. What the hell?
What the hell? Look, what stays on blind shit. What happens in blind shit stays in the blind shit.
I respect it. So let's get back to the music. Because you, as I mentioned in the intro, and you just spoke about, you're not afraid to go where you need to go. No. You know what I'm saying? No. And it's raunchy. You know what I'm saying? But I love it. You know what I mean? But you also have music that's very conscious as well.
I do.
And talk to us about that balance and you, again, kind of keeping on the point of not having fear. Because I think as an artist, as any artist, there's always some type of fear. There's some type of fear with what you create, right? Because now you got to give it to the world. Yeah. Right? And you understanding that I'm this and I'm also this, and then making both types of music. Talk to us about that.
So that's who I am. Yeah. Right? The best advice anyone ever gave me was be yourself and they're going to love you. And that's what I've done. And the truth is, I've been a very straight and narrow girl, and I've been a very girls gone wild type of girl too. And I believe in work-life balance. You work hard, you play harder. You know what I mean?
I respect it.
So there are just things that, as a human being, affect what I feel like is your quality of life. One of them being civil unrest. Music is here for the people to listen. So if civil unrest is happening among my people, among all people, then let's talk about it. And I believe that music can bring audiences and open ears that it didn't in other ways.
Yeah, for sure.
So I absolutely had to say something about it. In the height of civil unrest, I made Pray. And that touches on, you know, all of the things that happen. All of the things that people think about, all of a mother's worries, all of, you know, what has happened right before our eyes. But I'm not afraid to, you know, pray to God and then say nigga in the same verse. That's who I am. That's how I'm cut. That is why my genre is trap soul. You know what I mean? Like, I am soulful. I'm not a religious person, but I am a spiritual person. I know where I came from. Yep. And in the middle of that, I know how I survived. You know, that's just me being myself. So then you also get other music like Keep Calling Me, right? Yeah. Or Rich Bitch. Part of that is, no, I'm not really, in real life, am I provocative? No, I'm not provocative. But I grew up with a mother who was verbally abusive. She would remind me that I'm her ugliest work. So I was brought up often being told, you know, you're ugly, you're imperfect. And so when I came into myself, I had to work first on feeling pretty. And then I had to work second on feeling sexy. And then I had to work on who I am. And when you put all of that together, I was like, oh, I'm sexy, smart, and pretty. Don't want to be all of those, right? I'm a unicorn. Is what I was told. And so I don't want people to think that you can't be educated and wise to the world and not sexy at the same time.
Right.
You can do all of those.
For sure.
And let no one tell you different. And so that is exactly what I create. I create the sexy. I create the encouraging. You know, like Rich Bitch is more of an urban anthem for women. Go get you a rich bitch. She know about the bread. She know how to go get it. You know what I mean? Like, it's more than the bag. It's the whole quality of the woman. Package. You want to go get that. You know what I mean? And then there's Pray. Like, pay attention what's happening among us. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, there's literally, I want people to tap in. Was it my biggest song? No, not yet.
Right.
You know, some of those songs just take time to resonate. For sure.
Yeah, that's true.
Sure. So it had to be done.
That's the beautiful thing about music, though, too. You know, and it's. I think a lot of music is relatable, right? But it might not hit you right away. Right. It might be 6 months down the road, and you're like, you heard that song, but then you hear it again, and you're like, oh my, I didn't know it was a. I'm getting something totally different right now, and now it's feeding my soul. Right. And that's the beauty of music.
That's the beauty of music. Right. And if it's really good, it'll last a lifetime.
Yeah.
Right. It will outlive me.
Well, sometimes things, and I've said this quite a bit in the past, you know, I'm a firm believer in things have to marinate. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes you just got to give shit time to settle and soak in. You know what I mean? And I think a lot of times, music is a weird thing because you have pop, especially in hip hop culture, because hip hop is pop culture. You have like the poppy songs and the shit that's gonna make you move, and we need that
happy music.
We need it all, and hip hop has always been that way. But you also need to talk about real issues, and I think hip hop doesn't get a lot of credit for. Because I think it's really the only genre that consistently attacks shit that's
controversial
going on in the
issues.
world.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And does it, and again, does it in a space where this also lives. You know what I'm saying? Like every other genre, it's like, it's all pretty much the same. But hip hop is like, it's a blend of shit.
It's a blend. It's a blend. Sure. It was my audacity to mix trap with soul, right? Only hip hop will allow you to do that.
Right. That's a fact.
You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
So
are you I was gonna use a word, I'm not gonna use it. Like, would you ever maneuver into like a pop or an alternative R&B, or would you ever maneuver in that way, or is that not you?
Give me an example of alternative R&B.
Man, that's a. I think because that's like a.
It's a hard one to explain, but I'll give you two artists.
Okay.
that we know of.
Okay.
That if you haven't heard of them, go listen to them. They're fire.
Okay.
Black Odyssey.
Okay.
Thank you.
Is very, it's very soul and funk. It's like 4 different things all wrapped into one. The
Black
music
Odyssey
that they
is
make.
amazing,
It's amazing. It's just fucking dope shit. So when you get a chance, they're from Texas, fucking fire.
Okay.
And then who's the one we just listened to recently from UK? Oh, Sipo.
Oh,
And it's like
yeah.
it's literally like rock music, but he's singing his fucking life away.
Yeah,
And it's R&B.
Yeah.
But it's over like alternative rock music.
Okay. Okay. So don't let me leave here because I
Okay.
think I got something for you.
Okay. All right.
I think I
cool.
got something
Okay.
for you.
I was just kind of wondering about the genre thing.
So-
Because I think the weird thing about genres is there really shouldn't be genres. Like everything is so blended today, right? And I actually really love it, right? So
Right.
I said alternative R&B, but it's still more on the R&B side.
I feel it.
You know
I
what
feel
I'm
it.
saying?
And that's why I asked for an
Yeah.
example. Like, give me an example. Because I feel like my sound, I'm not a straight rap. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm not going to just give you Meg Thee Stallion, right? I'm not just going to give you Summer Walker. I'm rapping and singing on most of my tracks. And my instrument selection could put me in an alternative R&B selection for one listener.
Right.
And it could put me all the way into R&B for another listener.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Music
it's a weird
is so
thing.
subjective.
It is. It is.
You
very
know what I
subjective,
mean?
Yeah.
So I think I have something for you though.
Okay.
I think you're gonna like it.
All right.
I think it's what you're looking for.
Okay. I'll just,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
That's dope. So far it's just been singles.
It has.
And which is great. You know what I'm saying? And I think definitely today's kind of environment leads to that. Like you gotta just keep dropping singles. But you said you've been working.
I have.
Are we expecting some type of EP or LP or 5 songs,
Yes.
12 songs, whatever it is?
Please.
Is there
Because
some on the
these
way?
old heads over here
Oh
talking
my
about
God.
myself.
Yeah, no, we some old men, you know what I'm
Oh
saying?
my
These-
God.
We like projects out here in these streets.
I feel it. So while I was working, right? Okay, so my background is data analytics.
Okay.
Okay. So while I was working on the engineering side, I was also working on the business side. I feel like the opportunity for some artists is to learn the business side of music. You need to know strong brand, good marketing, know who your audience is. My audience is not pushing me to drop an EP yet.
Okay.
And that's
Respectable.
the way that I have to summarize that.
Okay.
That's
Like
cool.
when I look to my analytics, we are doing great with singles. You know,
Yeah.
like I dropped my single on my birthday. I was instantly #1 in the state on Reverb Nation. Happened
Nice.
fast.
Nice.
I dropped it like that Friday. My birthday was on Sunday just because I wanted to see how I was doing and have a good birthday. And I was like, oh my God, we're #1. Oh my God, I just got a Spotify notice.
Right.
Like, so we're doing well for an artist who's been around for a year and a half, but people are going platinum on one single.
For sure.
Why
yeah.
why saturate a small audience with an EP or an album when it's just not there yet?
Right.
It's just not there yet. So for me, no EP. I don't feel like there's an EP coming until the beginning of maybe 2023.
Okay.
I can still dig that.
You know,
I
like
can still
that's
dig
not
that.
far
Yeah.
away.
No, it's not.
I mean, we're about to be in June.
Yeah.
So I don't see an EP coming until about the beginning of 2023. I do have a couple more singles dropping this year. I have a video dropping the first couple weeks of June.
Okay.
I also have a documentary that's taking place and dropping this summer.
Okay. Talk to us about that. As much as you can.
Yeah, let's
Because I
talk
know you
about
signed
it.
that NDA.
Oh my
You know what I
God.
mean?
So I'm not on NDA.
Okay.
I am out of the gray area, so I can now talk about it.
Okay.
So this will be a documentary with Uncharted I don't know if you guys have heard of Uncharted, but
Yes.
they've done some artists like Nove and Merkums. And so I'll be the first female on this
Fire.
Nice.
on this platform.
Fire.
Thank you.
Nice.
Thank you,
Yeah,
King.
for sure.
Thank
Give it up for
you.
that.
Yeah.
Thank you. And yeah, it's gonna be gas. Like
Okay.
we have all these huge things going on. So yeah, we've shot part of the video that I've shot has been in West Crave's studio here in
Okay.
Arizona.
Shout out to West Crave.
So we did some of the video there. We did some shots in the city, and right now we're gonna wrap up the other last half of the video this Monday.
Okay. That's for the documentary?
This is for the music video that will be dropping.
And the song is called what?
It's From the City.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
You like that? That's how you do it. That's how you get exclusives, man.
We're from the city, y'all. So that's coming. 2 singles that I know people are gonna love are coming. And honestly, I'm working on the next big feature. Like it's up in the air right now, but I want to close out 2022 in a really, really good way.
Okay.
All right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm just waiting on the name. I'm like, you said
You're
big
not
feet.
getting
No.
it.
I was on a roll. I had to try.
You're
I had
not
to try.
getting it.
Hey,
You're not getting
I was
it.
on a roll. You know what I'm saying?
But I appreciate
Yeah.
you. And then, there's so many things in the work. I don't like to talk about them before they happen.
Man, I am that way for sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I get it.
But yeah, you guys stay tuned. I'm not going to stop. I'm exactly where God wants me to be, I promise.
Nice.
I never lie.
I love it.
Thank you.
Well, Miss Melanin Monroe, we appreciate having you come through.
It's my absolute pleasure.
And as stuff starts to pop up here and there, it is an open invitation
Yes,
to
indeed.
come back.
Thank you. Thank
You have a
you.
direct connect now, so
I absolutely
just
will.
hit us up.
I will.
Tell us a Saturday. We got it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? We'll get it figured out. So,
Okay.
got the new single From the City coming out,
Yeah.
right? You said
Music is streaming on all platforms right now.
Yeah, talk your shit.
Video
Talk your
dropping
shit.
very, very soon. You guys can follow me at Melanin Monroe 1.0 on Instagram, all one word. Melanin Monroe everywhere else, or check out my website, melaninmonroe.fyi with the blondish eyelash set, and all of my Instagrams, any calendars, any contact information. If there's a platform that I'm not on, hit me up at melaninmonroe.fyi. That's the website.
That is there.
Fire. And it'll be
Yeah, we sprinkle it down here somewhere. It'll be down here. It ain't here now, but it'll be there. You know what I mean?
Just sprinkle me.
Yeah, sprinkle it. You know what I mean?
Oh, man. Thank you
thank-
so
yeah,
much
thank you again
for
for
coming
sure.
on.
Of
I really do
course.
appreciate it. We
Of
really
course.
appreciate it.
Sure.
Fire conversation. I
Thank
would love to
you.
have you come back and
Look,
just,
I
you
just
know,
want to be y'all favorite blonde.
Yes.
For
of
real.
You
course. You are.
Thank
You
you.
Anyways, you guys stay safe. You guys stay positive out there.
And as always, this is The Gray Space.
Blonde shit.
Peace.
Peace.